Hey, it's Tony with Actively Golden. Did you know that getting up early, earlier than you normally do, can dramatically change your life? Becoming an early riser can change the game for you. Let's talk about that just for a few minutes. I've always been an early riser. My family has always thought that I was a little different than most people because the reality is that 95% of people don't really like getting up early. They set their clocks, and when the alarm goes off, they don't want to get up. They keep turning it off, setting it for snooze for a few more minutes. I've never had that problem. I've always been ready to get up and get going. But most people, and if that statistic is true, 95% of people don't like getting up early, then you may be one of those people that don't like that. But there are tremendous benefits of getting up earlier than you need to. And to get up early and get started, you just have to make that decision that that's what you're going to do. I read a book called The 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins a few years ago. She talked about how she dramatically changed her life and the quality of her life, the accomplishments and so forth. But she wasn't a natural early riser, so she taught herself that as soon as her eyes opened, as soon as her alarm went off and she turned it off, she just counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she just got up and got started. And that changed her life dramatically. Something about what happens in your brain when you do a literal countdown like that. The more you lay there and dread that you have to get up, the worse it becomes. But for us senior folks, us in the golden years, we can have a lot of benefits, a lot more benefits of just getting up and getting started. So let me share with you just a few of the benefits that you'll receive in your life if you'll just start getting up earlier than you normally do, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to make the most of every day. Number one, the first thing that will happen for you is you will actually get better sleep. A lot of us struggle with sleep, insomnia, and things like that. But if you start getting up earlier, then by the time you go to bed, whatever time that is, and for me it's usually between 8 and 9 o'clock each night, you fall asleep faster because your body is more tired. You feel more sleepy because you've been up longer, and you'll sleep in a deeper state instead of having get going to bed late and then sleeping in and all that stuff and waking up in a confused fashion, really just kind of winging it as the day goes on. You will actually sleep much better if you get up earlier because you'll go to bed earlier and you'll sleep better. A second thing that'll happen for you is that you'll actually get more done in the course of a day. I wake up this early every morning. Right now it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm not telling you to get up that early. That's what time I get up every day. Uh, but it gives me a chance just to think through what I'm going to do. I go and get my cup of coffee, and I come and sit on the recliner here, the sofa here, and I just do a little thinking about my day. I do some devotional reading, get my mind going, and enjoy a cup of coffee. And the house is quiet; it's all mine. Everyone else is in the bed, so it gives me a chance to really think through my day and think about the things I want to get done today, and that leads to more productivity in my life. A third thing is that you will actually have more. There's actual mental health benefits of getting up earlier because you're activating your mind and your brain earlier in the day, and that's beneficial instead of just not having really much going on up there as far as thinking. When you wake up early and you come out and you get your cup of coffee and you just sit and you think about your day, you're generating mental activity, and that increases your awareness, and again you're thinking through everything that you want to do and get done, and it just makes for a better day. And this may sound a little strange, but another benefit is you will actually have a better overall physical health. One study I read said that chronic disease, the risk of getting chronic disease, is dramatically lowered when you get up earlier in the day. Now, I didn't go and read all the reasons for that. You can Google that if you want to. But the study that I was looking at just said that if you get up earlier and you get active and you get going, the chances of you getting a chronic illness, a chronic disease, decreases significantly. One friend of mine who is in the health and wellness industry and in the he's got a master's degree in nutrition and health. Told me that instead of the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is grab your cup of coffee, he said the first thing you should do to increase your overall health and lower the risk of chronic disease is to grab a bottle of water and drink that first and before you get into your coffee, because your body the needs to be lubricated. He said water, we're mostly water, and we need to have that replenished. So if you get up and drink a bottle of water or a good cool glass of water with some lemon in it or something, and start your day that way, you're going to start lowering the risk of chronic illness and disease. So that's something that's interesting for us and beneficial for getting up early. And this one relates to the idea of how much you get done, but your time management is going to be better because you're going to sit out here and while everyone else is still asleep and the house is quiet and you're having your coffee, you can literally plan out your day. You'll have better productivity, as I've already mentioned, but you'll manage your time better. You'll be more in control of your day-to-day activities, and instead of just kind of winging it as you go. You'll have a plan. You'll have a purpose. You'll know what you're doing, and I think those things are all beneficial. And as I was reading this and putting together this list, I thought, well, that's one of the reasons I've been pretty productive in my life. And I've had a lot of things go the way I want them to go, and I've enjoyed a pretty good health. I never really related all of that to getting up early, but now that I've read through some of these studies and done that, I now know that a big reason or big part of the successes I've had in getting a lot of things done and enjoying good health has had to do with the fact that I've always been an early riser. So I want to challenge you. Start getting up earlier. Try it. When you wake, lose that attitude that says, "Oh, I hate the mornings. I'm not a morning person," and do what Mel Robbins said to do. As soon as your eyes, open, instead of laying there hugging your pillow, hitting the snooze button, and regretting and dreading that you have to get up and telling yourself, "Well, I'm retired. I don't have to get up." Instead of doing all of that, do just the opposite. I promise you, you will feel better. As soon as you get up and start moving around, your blood will start pumping. You will wake up a lot sooner than you realize. A lot of people think that they're just going to drag around. But the reality is if you get up, you do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up and get moving, get that glass of water in you and just start moving around and getting your coffee ready, you will wake up and you will be ready. And then when you sit down and start really planning out your day and thinking about all the things you're going to get done, you're going to enjoy life more. You're going to see the benefits of it, and then you're going to tell yourself, I wonder why I've never done this before. I wonder why I've never learned the benefits of getting up early.